This video gives an overview that's related to the start of Chapter 9 of your textbook. Rome first expanded in Italy, fighting wars over many years with the Etruscans to their north. By the early 4th century BC, Rome controlled the southern part of Etruria, gaining control over the other Latin city-states too. Rome also had to deal with Celtic raids, though this probably assisted expansion into Etruria, who suffered the most. After 350 BC, Rome dominated the Latin League city-states, including Campania, which had the most fertile land and the most people. Rome set a precedent by giving Latins equality with Roman citizens in business and in marriage. They could even have full Roman citizenship if they moved to Rome and renounced their old citizenship. Warfare between 326 and 290 helped Rome to command all of Italy except for the Greek cities in the south. But in turn, these came under Roman control between 282 and 270. The subjected places were made socii, or subordinate allies. Socii had to provide troops and support Rome's foreign politics, but did not have to pay tribute like the Athenian allies did that we looked at earlier in this class. They controlled their own internal affairs, but they did not have citizen rights like the Latin city-states did. Rome's divide and rule policy ensured that she retained control over these areas and had their support militarily. Now remember the socii, as they're going to be causing problems for Rome next week too. Like the Greeks, Rome founded colonies in the areas she conquered. The earliest colonies of Roman citizens were small groups of about 300 families in the mid-300s BC. More colonies were added as it meant Rome didn't have to maintain a permanent fleet, and it allowed for Romanization, which we'll come to later. Coloni retained Roman citizenship because the early colonies were within Roman territory and were too small to be independent. Citizen colonies are distinct from Latin colonies, which, though largely manned by Romans, were autonomous states established outside Roman territory and with acknowledged strategic goals. Coloniae maritimae, the former type, seem to have been normally exempt from legionary service, that service in the army, though the exemption could be cancelled, and coloni were bound not to absent themselves by night from their colonies in time of war. So basically, they were expected to defend their lands. About 177 BC, the system of citizen colonies was reorganized. Colonies by now were large, 2,000 to 5,000 men. Following victories, Rome confiscated part of their conquered land and made it ager publicus, public land. Here peasants with military experience were settled, though others like wealthy landowners could also claim it. They were granted land, but they could also rent more from the Romans, so providing extra income for Rome. Smaller landholders could also be seasonally employed on the large holdings of the wealthy. The ager publicus tended to be good, fertile land near communication routes. Unlike the Greek colonies, they were not independent. The colonists had rights that gave them full citizenship if they were ever to return to Rome. This system was great for Rome. Aside from the income, it gave control over different areas and increased their military resources, as more people could join the army. This is because land was a prerequisite to join the Roman army at this time. Between 197 and 190 BC, the Romans expanded northwards in Italy into the Po Valley, which is the river right at the top of the map on the right. We next turn to Rome's relationship with Carthage, which was a major way that Rome expanded her territories and her influence outside of the Italian peninsula.